Hello Del Sol staff. The purpose of this video is to give you a brief overview of our new behavior flowchart. To access this flowchart, you can find it on the MTSS or PBIS manual or on our staff Canvas page. Within the manual, there is a slide dedicated to the flowchart that provides a link directly to it. Once you click on this link, you will see a live document. For the purpose of this video, I am going to show you slide 2, which shows a comprehensive outline of the flowchart. Before we begin, I wanted to note that it is very important that we are effective in using this by providing proper documentation and data collection. In order to do that, we have created links and embedded those links within this flowchart to make it a little bit more user-friendly, as we know that all staff is very busy and adding one more thing to your plate is not our intention, so we've created a few resources that should make this a little bit easier. We do recommend pinning or bookmarking this flowchart as it is digital. We will provide a hard copy as well, but those links are digital, so we want to make sure you have access to those at all times. To begin, I do want to note here in the middle that we see the triangle. Our entire flowchart was designed around this triangle, which aligns with the multi-tiered system of support triangle. And that basically means that 100% of our students at both the classroom level and the school-wide level are receiving universal supports. Those are things like reviewing our SOAR expectations, having our back-to-school kickoff event for SOAR, making sure that we are providing second step lessons, access to calming corners, providing warnings when we're having minor or low level behaviors. Those are all tier 1 universal supports. Then we have 20% of our students which are benefiting from tier 2 targeted interventions. And I will go through a little bit more of what those look like, but that is really important. We want to make sure that only 20% or less of our students are receiving those tier 2 interventions. And finally, 5% of our students or less are receiving tier 3 intensive interventions. To begin, we always want to make sure that we are starting at the classroom level whenever possible. Now, we are on this flowchart talking about more of the minor or low-level behaviors. We will have a list of criteria for minor versus major behaviors within our manual and linked to this flowchart. But for today, we are talking about minor behaviors and how we can help best support students with those ongoing behaviors. So what we would like to do is begin in the classroom. So you would start down here at the very lower left-hand corner of the flowchart where it says start here. If you are providing the tier 1 supports to your students and you notice there are a few students that have some concerning negative behaviors, you may move them into the tier 2 classroom level. At the tier 2 intervention level, you are providing students with reflection forums that are usually aligned with SOAR. You're also having parent conversations. This can be on Parent Connect or verbally over a phone call, parent conferences, and letting parents know that there are some concerning behaviors there. When you have these conversations, it's very important that you are logging and documenting them within Q. You also may want to notify parents about that you may begin to use something like an ABC chart, because an ABC chart is a tier 3 intensive intervention. What an ABC chart does is it identifies the antecedent, the behavior, and the consequence, and it allows us to see any trends in behaviors. And we have provided here for you a ABC chart that we have created and aligned with our needs at Del Sol and have made it user-friendly. You do not have to use this chart, or you can take it and make it your own. You can use whatever documenting tool that you already have. It can be as simple as a pen and paper as long as it's being documented and recorded. But we just felt that this really aligned with Del Sol and was user-friendly. Please do note that any notes that you put on to any outside documentation resource does need to be uploaded into Q for us to, at the tier 2 level, to be able to provide the best for each student. So please do put any notes from here or any other documentation into the QSYS system. From there, if you are noticing that the behaviors continue, even after you're doing an ABC chart and you're noticing 3 or more incidents of the same behavior, what you then would do is come over to the right-hand side and you would complete a request for assistance form. This form will outline all of your concerns. You will also, it can be multiple areas of concern. Any additional details you can provide is very, very appreciated, as it allows us to align more targeted interventions for each student. Then what would happen after you complete that request for assistance form? The Tier 2 team will pick that up, and then we'll go through our menu of interventions that we have available, and we'll find one that fits that student's needs. Our goal is to hopefully be able to help that student through these targeted interventions and then not have to move them to the school-wide Tier 3 interventions. So with all of that, what we are doing is we are providing documentation, we are providing this targeted supports, we are giving our students and our staff the best opportunity for success. And this basically is our entire flowchart in a brief synopsis. Now, we do intend to add to this. We will again be listing those minor and major behaviors and showing you how those align with Ed Code, but we wanted to keep this very brief here in the beginning and just give you an outline. If you have any feedback or questions, we would love to hear it. You're welcome to use our PBIS feedback form. Again, this may be changing throughout the year. We hope to keep the foundation of it the same, but we may be updating it to meet the needs of Del Sol a little bit more. But we wanted to thank you for taking the time to view this. And again, please do reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.